What's going on, everybody? This is Roster of the Misfit Effect. And of course, I'm joined with my wonderful, beautiful, fantastic co-host, Sarah Lace. How you doing, Sarah?
Hey, Rostar. So I am doing pretty good, living it up over here in NC. I actually just came back from Miami, so I'm kind of on that like chill vibe right now. But I did want to introduce you to a friend that I actually made during a recent comedy stand-up show. It was actually kind of a spur of the moment thing for me to attend, but honestly, she made it so great and I really wanted to bring her on and kind of talk a little bit about herself and, mind you, her book. So let me introduce the gorgeous redhead Nina Dicker. Dicker.
So, Miss Dicker, tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much. That is my real and true last name. Everyone always asks if I changed it for comedy purposes. No, it was meant to be. I've always been meant to do comedy, apparently. Either that or what you do.
What? Oh,
Positive work.
porn?
Yeah. Um, it was one or the other. Just comedy seemed to come easier to me.
It definitely comes easier.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know because like there's some people who work in this industry and still can't come unless they're working with certain people. So I don't know if it comes easy.
Doesn't, might not. Who
Uh,
knows?
Not always.
That, listen, I know we're supposed to be talking about me, but I just, sorry, all of this talk about coming just made me remember a story that I think is in my book. I don't know about you, but when I was in college, I did a lot of like, messing around, hooking up and such.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And
I'm a virgin.
Giggity gig.
What are you talking about? I'm a virgin.
like, not
I
these
don't
virgin years.
like I'm a four, I'm the
Oh,
40-year-old
yeah.
virgin right here.
Oh, stop. Then you're gonna love this story. There was this there was this frat guy that I'd never been with a frat. I was in theater. So like my major was theater. I was with the theater kids. We were all having fun with each other. And I went on a main campus, found a frat guy, and I was like, this will be a different flavor. And he took me back to his futon and he was like, I don't like how does he was like, how many times have you like come it like in one night before? And I was like, oh, because I didn't want to, I'm like a bit of a easy person in the sense of like I'm very sensitive to all things, everything. So it never like you never have to work too hard, which is nice.
So you can come easily. Good to
Yeah,
know.
exactly. So I was like, well, it's a bit of a high number, so like no worries, but I think I said like seven. And he
Oh,
was like, I'm gonna make you come 23 times. And I was like, that doesn't sound fun. So
right? You're
uh,
like, my
yeah.
foot's gonna be sore after that one.
Yeah, exactly. But I was just looking at him, when you're like, when somebody has that confidence and you know that they can do it, that was not the kind of he had blind confidence. I was like, I don't think you know what you're doing. Like I think I was nervous. I was like, this is not. And yeah, he bless his heart, he did all right. But eventually I was like, we gotta get through this. So I just started, which never done this before. I started faking. I felt so bad. I was like, oh, number 17. Oh, 18 came right after. That's crazy. And I just kept, I just kept being like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, thank you so much. I gotta go home. It's
Oh
like, I have to.
God.
I mean, question, did you at least come once in with
Yeah,
At
there were some real ones,
Okay,
but
I just want to make sure because like at the end of the day,
not 23 of them. That's for
at the end of the day, even though you had to fake 20 like and an obscene number, at
sure.
least one of them should have been real. So you
Exactly.
at least, it was worth your
Well, yeah,
work
so it
your
basically
energy
worked.
that where someone to be inside of you, you know?
Hmm.
Exactly. I think it was the issue of the futon. It was just a little, it wasn't the nicest futon, so it was a little tough to get comfortable on it.
I'm gonna say
I would know. Yeah.
I've known people to destroy my futon, so not
Hey,
me.
don't look at me like that. He literally
No,
looked
no,
up,
I
looked
looked down
away,
because I
like
had a
I
no,
was like, oh,
I was eating before I came in here, and then my so those of you know who know CW, he was talking to me, and I was not eating when he was talking, whatever. And I had my food still in front of me, so I moved it out the way. I was moving my food. I wasn't talking about you and your exploits on my futon and everybody else's exploit in my the original futon because I don't have that futon no more. Y'all broke it down.
yeah, we broke it.
Because they put
so
it
proud.
they put a dent into my futon so bad I had to get another one.
Oh
Like
my God.
like
And
I'm
so
that
proud
where
of
can we
myself.
find that video?
Oh, that one was actually off camera. It was during someone's birthday. This was not planned,
no,
and I had
that's I mean that no. That's like you acting like it's only one time that y'all that couch has been abused because it was that time you're speaking about. It was some regular people. It was CW and somebody. It was was it there's four people at one time. It was like three dudes and Sarah. It was uh
mhm.
people just sitting there randomly one day and they just be sitting there playing video games and they just jump on it. Uh some other random like some other porn scenes are on was on that futon. That futon was done up with disinfected so many times and beat down so many times that I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. Which
Mhm.
is why I got another one of the exact same brand, the exact same kind, and
Yeah.
put it back in there because I know what that futon could
Withstand.
withstand.
Yeah.
Withstand. So
You guys
yeah.
should email the brand. Be like, listen,
Hey,
sponsor?
right? Be like, hey, sponsor us.
No,
They're
because
like, what are you doing on our futon?
they would want video. Be like, so we wanna see this video of yeah, it was like like three girls and one dude at one time, and then
Oh my
another
God.
time three dudes on one girl at one
Mhm.
time.
Tracks.
Exactly. Exactly. So that couch has been run through a little more than some people have.
And for
You
the and for the record audience out there, it is my couch, but I'm only a part of one of those conversations. So this is everybody else running through my couch.
conversations is what we're calling it.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. No, I definitely think that that brand should sponsor you. You should.
We, we've
I'm
definitely had a lot of sexcapades on that couch, on that
so
futon.
serious. Like,
Yeah.
this is not, I know I'm a comedian. This is not a joke. Email them right now.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. But
So
still, so I do want to ask,
Yeah.
what is your record number of like orgasms that you've had in one day or one sitting, as we'll call it?
Like real ones.
Real ones.
Sarah's like, yeah, none of that fake shit. Ooh, that's a good question. Probably because I feel like sometimes you just like stop counting because you like black out and you're like, I'll come back later. You know?
literally,
Yeah.
Please come back later.
Um, Probably if I had to do the best guess, I'd say 11.
Ooh,
nice.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
more
feel
than me,
like
actually.
really? How
Yeah.
many? What's your
So
number?
actually, my record number, mind you, I squirted. So like, this
Oh,
it really took
okay.
it out of me. My record number has actually been eight.
8.
Eight
Okay.
squirting orgasms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. Because I don't, I wish I could do that. I'm not like
Two
a
things.
monster.
Mine is
Yeah.
three, but almost everybody can squirt. You got to know how to squirt properly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fair.
like
To teach you?
you have to
I've heard that.
Yes.
I
So
don't I don't think she heard what you said when she said I had heard that. No,
when I said I can teach you,
she said I could
Oh.
teach you, and then you came and then you came back with I had heard that. It's like
I'm
Oh,
a good teacher, okay?
yeah, I
I
believe it. It was so funny actually. I feel like at context, we met at a comedy show that I was doing where I talked about my childhood porn addiction. And I was like, I didn't realize that you were in the audience until somebody like called you out, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I just talked about so long about porn to a literal porn star. This is hilarious. Um, and then when you were afterwards, you were like, oh my God, you guys were so good. Let's take pictures. I was like, yeah, let's take pictures. And then this bitch right here got up, and I'm thinking we're just gonna take friendly photos. Everything's gonna be fine. She just like locked into her poses and like locked in it. Like she immediately like got into character. And I was like, hey, what? I was like, bi panic is happening right now. The bi panic is real. I was like, you're just like so in it. So I believe it. I believe that you could teach me. I like, you're so focused. You're so lasered in.
I mean, mind you, I have been nominated for Orgasmic Oralist twice in a row.
You're
Like,
so right. I did forget about that. The Orgasmic Oralist Awards.
yeah,
That's
I mean she's very good with her mouth.
exactly what that mouth do.
I'm okay,
award-winning work,
okay,
apparently.
y'all freaks. She's been nominated for a podcast for her talking,
Like, oh no,
and
the kids will never be able
also
to listen to this.
come on now, y'all
Oh,
freaks. Jesus Christ.
exactly. I've been nominated for all of these holes except somehow my pussy.
Hey, what the hell?
I'm
Huh.
gonna tell y'all her pussy's good too.
It is pussy like water. Okay.
Just good? Just good?
Mhm.
That's a descriptor
Exactly.
you use?
It's just good, but everything else is great, you know?
That's like saying, yeah, that was fine. What is that?
Strawberries. Um,
So I do want to know a little bit more about your book. Tell us more about that.
Of course. Actually, so funny you bring that up. I have it right here.
is
Ooh.
that
Uh,
is that you?
That is me. I did actually, this is a funny story. I'll tell that and then I'll get into the book. I wanted to take photos for this book. I wrote it during COVID. And so I
mhm,
was contacting all these photographers. I was in Connecticut at the time. Um, and there was this one woman who I really loved her work. And she was talking about kind of where we could go to take these photos because I wanted it to be in like a large field and I didn't want anyone to be around.
mhm,
She was like, it's so funny. I actually have like my best friend is an OnlyFans girl, but she also is in charge of like the like national parks of Connecticut. So she was like, "Can she come to the photo shoot and be like the coordinator?" And I was like, "Oh my God, of course." Um, oh my God, sorry, I have to turn off my text messages. Um, but the so we connect with this OnlyFans girl and we get to the field. She like has all the keys to all the gates of this like national park. And so she lets us in on a day where no one's supposed to be in there. And she's like, shh, don't tell anyone. And we're like,
I love that.
it was so funny. And so we go into this massive, beautiful open field
Mhm.
and I get completely naked and it's just the photographer and this OnlyFans girl. They're both hyping me up. I've got like my oranges and my clementines, and they're like, "Girl, you look so good." They're just like we're all in a field, just like I imagine like if you zoomed out, it'd just be a naked girl in a field and two women going, "Yes, you look so
Yeah,
great."
we, I
It's
love
just a funny image. And so I got these amazing photos from them. And so I just zoomed in for the title page and then let's see, oh, the back page. You can kind of see just like
Oh
Ooh,
wow.
Yeah. It
yes.
was all like that. It was gorgeous.
That's really pretty.
It was so pretty. I
That
gotta
still
see it,
look nice. Yeah.
like the OG photos. But yeah, the book. It's called Tangerine Vagina, True Stories of Childhood Misfortune and Meaningless Sex. It's not entirely about sex. I think out of 21 chapters, 11 of them are funny sexcapade stories. But 10 of them are just funny stories in general. So I wanted to like make sure people knew about it. But yeah, the book is a compilation of short, true, funny stories about my life and what I've kind of gotten myself into. Um, and it's very, like I said, I love being sex positive. It's very, how do I put this? It's very sex positive about my sex negatives in a way. Like,
Get that?
yeah, like Amazon actually forced me to classify it as humorous erotica.
Mhm.
Nothing about this book is erotic. There's there's no eroticism here. Like if you can get off to my book, congratulations. And also you might want to call a therapist. I don't know.
Two things. One, as a male, we can come to almost anything.
That's fair.
Sorry. Like
Yeah.
like some people could just, and I hate to say this, but some people would just look at your cover and come to it. So,
That's
Yeah.
true. I think looking
but
at the cover, you might expect some sexier stories, but it's mostly me just kind of like like being, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like, oh no, what's happening? How have I gotten myself into this sticky situation? And then
Yeah.
literally.
sticky,
Literally sticky.
literally sticky.
Sticky.
Yeah.
I mean, people like depending on what like is verbed in there, they could say like this and this is just, eroticness is,
Mhm.
and it can fit that categories of what people are looking for, and click more doors than just a few. So
Mhm. No, that's so fair.
That's true. It gives you a bit more of a range, you know.
Mhm.
Mind you, stuff like this is not necessarily for the young ones. I feel like it's more of a young adult
Yes.
romance adventure, you know, kind of like that,
Yeah,
where,
like a coming of age or coming.
yeah, I feel like that's how I would have classified it as a coming of age story, you
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
so question.
Humorous, of
Is this
course.
is this is this book on Amazon?
It is. It's on Amazon. I think it's $15, but listen, if you don't like if you just want a copy of the book, I'll just give it to you for 25.
Hey, that's right.
I'm like that. I'm
Upsale.
just friendly like that.
I would like a signed copy, actually.
I can do that.
I would love that.
I
I'll send
have
you my address later.
I got a
Get my
pen.
own signed copy.
Listen,
I'll
I'll
even tip you in ones, okay? I'll even tip you in ones.
I love getting tipped in ones. I think the bank
Oh, I
thinks
found it. Ooh.
I think the bank thinks that I do sex work because I'm always coming in with just handfuls of cash.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I wish I had the stamina to do that. I'm a waitress. Like, please.
So I'm looking at the cover right now, and like
Yes.
closer up, because like from that angle I couldn't see. They really, really got up in there.
They did. They
But
did.
to be fair, your cover does say explicit content inside.
Well, yeah, I talk about intercourse.
Hmm. Doing
People.
the nasty.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, technically the material is explicit, but I didn't say it was sexy. I said it was explicit. It's just
Right,
explicit.
exactly. Hmm. See, you know, you got to give that clarification. Like, it's explicit, that's for sure.
100%.
And I love this says this isn't G rated. It's G spot rated.
Oh, yes, that's
I was really proud
perfect.
of that one.
I like that.
One of my
That's
favorite puns.
I love that. I think you mentioned that during the comedy show, actually.
I did. I blacked out. I don't remember.
You either mentioned it during the show or you were like telling me about it. And yes, I loved it.
Oh,
I love the idea of it for sure.
I'm coming blushing over here. Stop. Don't look at me.
See, I'm
This
actually a huge reader, especially with like romances. I do read some smut, but like the other ones is kind of just regular, slow burn romance. I
I
at this point
love
go
slow
variety.
burn. The
okay,
slow
so
I
I
go
see how I
variety.
see how much it is online. Okay, I can buy this book.
Mhm. But yeah, my yearly reading goal is actually 100 books per year.
Really?
Yes, I definitely hit that last year. This year, I'm not sure if I'm on track because on the Amazon Kindle, you can actually keep a track of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read, so I haven't read a book. I haven't read a book for my leisure at all this year.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. He needs one. He definitely needs a good book, and I think this will be it. I'm gonna force him to read it,
To
but I
be
don't think he needs
to
to be
be
forced.
It's really
Nina, to be fair, I'm getting my doctorates, so reading sometimes
It's
is a
work.
journey. It's a
listen,
journey.
listen.
And it's 15 online.
Yeah. And this is you could read this in like you could read on the toilet probably in like two poops.
You know, I don't know. My poops be quick.
Okay, three.
I go in there and be out in like 4 minutes.
I
Listen,
would
this
read
book
a
is
chapter at a time. If you don't have time for it, just read a chapter.
or
Let
two chapters. Some of them are short.
Oh no. I highly recommend. No, I want to be like focused if I read your book. I don't want to just be like yes, today we were talking about yeah, hold on. You gotta put it to the side. You gotta hold it like this, put it to the side,
Yeah.
get that little angle to get that little rest of it out, and then try to go back to read it. No, I want to pay attention. I want to know what I'm reading.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is excuses, I think.
Mhm.
Oh no. I said if I read the book, I want to sit back, with my feet kicked back up and read and enjoy the book rather than trying to put something out of my body while trying to read a sentence and then
That's
having to keep folding the book while I moving around to get that perfect let go position. Because
I feel like
sometimes
you
you
might need to invest in a squatty potty. It sounds like these bowel movements are not easy.
No.
Right.
I mean, like, no, like, it's like this. So usually when I take a poop, I have to take my clothes off all the way. I'm one of those people that need the air to hit the spine, you know, and like, for
Close
me,
off
it's
all the way.
for me, it's sometimes when you're letting it go and you change position, it gets more relaxing afterwards, you
Listen,
know.
close off all the way. That's a desperation move. That shouldn't be your like homeostasis. Like
Right.
that.
No, it just feels better. It just feels
No, we
better.
That
should
should not
change.
be the go-to.
Look, like when we're done with this podcast, look it up. Like I don't know. It's like it's something about when the air is just going over your spine. It feels so much better.
No, absolutely not.
And then when you're fully clothed, like like this. And if you ever if you ever had to go to the restaurant where you're wearing a romper, you know what I mean. Because
Yeah.
you got to take everything off to take a poo. You're wearing a romper,
Hate
and
doing that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
it
Listen,
feels
I don't kink shame, but I'm full shaming you right now. I think that this is incorrect. It's wrong, and I hate it.
I Winnie the Pooh that is, keep my shirt on.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh all the way. That's the move.
Mhm.
No,
Exactly.
it feels so much better. Like and even like I don't gotta take it all all I don't throw everything on the floor. I just I put my shirt like here and just lean forward.
You know what? Let's take a poll in the comments. Everyone comment if this is crazy, or if you also participate in this craziness.
And if you're that crazy, I will judge you, okay? I'm
Full
just
judgment.
No, I will Google this right now and see what the internet says.
The internet isn't
Like
always right. The
oh,
internet
it's
is
always
full
right.
of wrong
What are you talking
people.
about?
the very first thing on
Most
the
heated argument I've ever gotten in my life.
the very first thing Why does pooping naked feel like it's the right thing to do? Corora, very first thing.
Well, oh, you
You,
can't. That's
you
Is
can't
it?
ask
Is it
Laura
that's
that.
a bad
going
source.
going down?
No.
No,
Is it
that's like
like
quoting Wikipedia. Can't do that.
insight psychological? Is it normal for me to take my clothes off every time I poop? Next one down, New York Post. I don't like New York Post, but why some men need to poop completely naked? Like it's a thing. Five little known benefits of pooping naked. Yes, yes, yes,
I'm just speechless right now.
I
yeah.
think that
don't
we're
know how
on
to
the same page.
react to this.
I'm just,
No, just
I
no,
am just saying, pooping naked is the way to go.
No,
no,
it's
please.
too
Yes.
vulnerable.
I
You're already
can't.
in a vulnerable position. You can't get more vulnerable. That's not how that works.
Yeah,
And he sent it to me too.
it just feels so much better when
This
you
link is
poop
real.
naked. I'm just saying, it's a real thing. It's
I'm about to start creating links and websites being like pooping naked is weird and everyone thinks it's dumb. I'm gonna start
no,
a website. Pooping naked is
it's
wrong.
it
Exactly.
just
I
feels
don't know.
it
We're
feels so much
definitely
more.
creating a poll for this.
It feels
Yeah,
so
we
much more
should.
filling because, like, for some people, they like immediately shower after they poop, so you're already halfway there, you know. So you poop, you wipe, gotta wipe, nasty people, wipe, and then you just jump in the shower,
I do that sometimes. Like
or it
hop
would just
in the
fit like
shower, get out
if
the
you're in public, you do it enough so you're naked enough, take that little poop and the air goes over your spine or the lower part of your back and it just feels like ah it just feels so relaxing.
You keep saying the air goes over your spine. What does
Yes,
that
like
mean?
I
that
I guess he means like for example when you're doing anal and you get those shivers
okay,
on your
I am not talking about
like
doing anal
maybe
because
kind of
nothing
like
like
that
I'm not
vibe,
nothing's going in my
but going
booty hole.
the other way. Oh, I
Let's
don't
get
know.
that straight. Let's clarify this. Nothing's going in my booty hole. So I'm not talking about me doing any type of anal. I'm talking about stuff coming out of my anus. No, but nothing's going in my butthole. I'm like
It's going out, not in.
I
Again,
have nothing
one
against
way.
anybody who does that. But for me personally, it's not one of the things that I'm into.
For
You
him, it's
know.
a one-way road. For me, you can put something in there. That's safe.
Yeah, but when it comes to pooping, like no, I need I need that little air to
No,
just
no,
breathe
thank you.
past my lower tail like my tailbone and just say that quick little breeze and it just feels like it comes out like so more relaxing. And
I
then
can't
you
even do my enemas naked. Like I have to have a shirt on for that. Like, and that's me anal prepping. Like
I don't want to watch you prep. So it's like you're when you poop, you're pooping, alone, hopefully. And it's like, okay, you're getting out, all that excess stuff. And so why not be fully relaxed? And if you're sort of a nudist, like, like the thing is this, like when I'm with people, I'm not a nudist. Like I am clothed to the T, but
I'm like,
when I'm alone in my house, I would rather walk around my house naked. And like, there's nothing more freeing than pooping naked.
No, no. I love how this is the hill that both of us are gonna die on. It's like,
Yes, I would later today, when I have to go, I am going to go naked.
I mean, we wanted a comedy. We
listen,
got it.
yeah. The funniest thing people talk about is poop. So here you go.
Exactly.
This is comedy.
Mhm. Right. This is definitely comedy. This is up there.
The second thing on here, it says pooping naked is cleaner. Woo!
No, that can't be right.
Pooping naked is healthier for you.
How?
Didn't people say cigarettes were
By
healthy?
Dr.
Right?
Dr. Dr.
Exactly.
Jason James, OB and GYN. This is and when was this posted? This was posted 5 months ago.
All right, well,
Oh.
This is a
why did he
2024
take his
post.
license away?
Why are they even doing research on that specific topic? Like he
They
has to have
they
been really
I mean,
thinking.
I'm like, doesn't he have like cancer to cure or
no,
something?
because
Exactly.
every like an OBGYN is OBGYN, not a cancer doctor.
Y- You could
Well,
get cancer in your OBGYN.
mm,
Yeah, but like
exactly.
we're talking about your poop health and your body health and what makes you feel better on the
Why
inside.
isn't he searching like
Yeah,
baby
why
health and like
I
I
mean
don't
that's
know,
there if you look on the internet right now and
people are dying, Kim?
so look at this. If you look it up, like there's research about, what your poop says about you, you
That's
know.
I mean
Yeah,
I
and
know that part, but
it's the exact
I
same thing because things come out of your body and like some things are healthier for you to do and some things aren't healthier for you to do and some things are just more relaxing. And
that's
what's more relaxing to me? Pooping naked.
see I would rather research like sex topics.
yeah,
Okay, right?
Well,
as
I
a dog.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, but
exactly. For research purposes, you know?
yeah, but it's just because you are sexual.
You know
Yeah.
what?
It's,
You know what happened? This doctor probably got into a heated argument on a podcast about what's better for you. And then he said, you know what? I'm going to prove it. And then this is a study that came out. And now it's
yeah,
happening all over again. So one of
See,
you is now going to have to do another study.
see,
exactly.
his
Exactly.
documentation is peer reviewed. Doctor, like people have studied the research. He got a what they call it, a research group together and asked them all questions. You
See,
know,
those doctors got too much time on their hands, okay?
Yeah.
Like I would expect them like researching like pelvic inflammatory disease or something like that, you
Or
know?
like
Like
no,
endometriosis, like autoimmune.
it could be more of a a guy thing, but like honestly, for me, it feels so much better if I'm doing it
Yeah,
naked.
apparently men are just like so healthy right now. They're like, we don't got to worry about anything besides pooping naked. How
Yes.
cute. Like, is
exactly.
that good for us? Meanwhile, women over here are like, hi, I think I'm dying. And they're like, it's probably because you're anxious and fat. It's like,
God, for real.
that's their solution for everything.
Doctors do be doing that.
For the record out there, I did not say anybody was anxious or fat. Please don't cancel me.
No, the doctors say that. I swear to God, I swear
Yes.
a few months ago, I went in.
I just want to throw it out there. Like I didn't say
Mm-hmm.
such a thing. Everybody is beautiful
No, agreed.
Exactly.
Obviously,
as
everyone's
long as
beautiful.
you poop naked.
But I will say, I thought I've had some pretty good doctors in my life, but a few months ago, I went in for like a mysterious issue. Nobody could figure it out. The doctor was asking me a bunch of questions. He had asked me, and then one of the questions was, have you gained or lost any weight recently? And I was like, well, not really. In 2020, I gained about 15 pounds. It never really left. And he was like, that's probably it. You probably got to lose weight. And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
They be doing that. They be
Yeah,
doing that.
that was his solution.
Why you calling her fat?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Exactly. Like I don't know, doctors don't always actually like listen to women's health. For example, I had broken my foot about 5, 6 years ago. And mind you, it was a stress fracture and not a full like break.
Mm.
And so they were asking me what my pain levels were. And I was like, well, to be honest with you, it fucking hurts. But my period's worse than that. So I'd say it's maybe like a 6 on that scale. And he was like, oh, then you're fine. And I was like, I'm like, no, I'm low key telling you, like, my period is not necessarily the pain that pain level it should be. But he was like, oh no, like if it doesn't hurt as much, like you're fine. Maybe you didn't even break it. And mind you, the x-ray scans are like, yep, you
It's
broke it.
broken. It's broken.
Exactly. And so I was like,
I've
yeah,
never
you're
experienced a
really not
period,
listening.
so I don't know the pain of it. However, I've
No.
heard about the pain of it, and I wouldn't think lightly of it. So I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
We could
It's
help you
okay.
experience period symptoms, there's actually a machine that you
No.
Oh, yes, I want to buy one. I want to buy one and just
You said
put
that
it.
I dropped my food. No. God no.
yeah.
Even the
Yeah,
food was like, heck no.
right. But gosh, what was I about to say? So, mind you, like I do have an IUD, so my pain levels get worse.
Oh,
But on average, it actually says that a woman's period pain actually equates to that of a heart attack.
oh my God.
It's actually been like researched and proven by scientists. So, like, that's the pain levels that we experience.
Well,
So,
you can stop a period by getting pregnant.
but then it comes back. Like basically, you
Just
miss out on
just
nine
just
months worth of periods, and
yeah,
as
just
soon as you have that baby, you'll
yeah,
get
yeah,
9
yeah.
months
But
worth of period in one.
the thing is, it's just after every pregnancy, just have another one.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh my
Rather
God.
get my tubes tied than do that.
Yikes.
Oh,
Oh my God. No. Like I'm
he's like,
joking.
bam, solution.
It's like, oh my God.
I'm joking with
Big
my
brain over
one
here.
of my good friends has like his wife has 12 kids. So, it's
Oh,
possible. Just,
They
every
her.
jokingly did that,
yeah, just like every time you finish your period, get pregnant
Bam,
again.
time for another
Have
one.
another one. Oh my
Yeah.
God. 12 kids. That's like 12
Until
years of pregnancy.
yeah, and like Sarah's 27. So you could do that from 27 to, when you stop your period about like at 43.
The math
I don't
has
know the math
nothing
that
to
I don't know
do.
the math of that. That's probably like
Nope.
15, 16, 18 kids, but you can do it.
Absolutely
That's
not.
not healthy. Kids aren't healthy for you, okay? Kids are not
Kids are
healthy
not
for
healthy for
you.
you.
It's I don't know because like eventually when you get older, and like you need somebody to, take your shirt off so you can poop naked, they come in handy.
That's fair. That's fair. No, kids are, listen, I've done a lot of babysitting. I've done a lot of nannying.
Mm,
Every time I babysit or nanny, I always text my partner, hey, just so you know, we're not having kids. We're not doing
exactly.
this.
I always say, oh, baby fever over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a puppy.
You know
Yeah.
what's like
Seeing
speaking of
seeing a cute baby is one thing, but then when you've got one like a 2-year-old by the ankle as they are covered in shit, and another one is calling your name multiple times because they want to show you all the bathing suits that they bought, and you are actively trying not to get covered in baby poop, but then you're also like, you don't want to touch the other kid because there's poop on your hand. And you're like, hey, can we all just calm down for 3 seconds? And the one you have by the ankle is screaming like you're murdering them.
Hey Nina,
Yes.
you want to know what could have solved the problem of the other poop getting all over their clothes?
Oh,
I was gonna say no.
well, the
No.
one covered
My
in poop didn't have any clothes on. That was the point. They were covered.
I'm joking.
goodness.
A little
No,
diaper. Wow.
what's crazy is like, and this is personal life stuff, but the last four people that I went on a date with, their first question while we were sitting there, about to eat was, "So do you want kids?" Is the very first question, and I'm like, "Do I just look like I bleed? Like, oh, I want to have like the same amount of kids as the Wayans family." No, I don't scream that, but maybe. And because everyone I dated, they don't want children, and I'm like, but yeah, like I didn't say that I wanted like
Cheaper by the dozen.
A Raw Star Army, you know.
I mean, listen, I don't, that's not really a question I would ask on a first date, but if you want kids, if you can't fall in love with someone who doesn't want kids, that's an issue. You know what I mean? You got to
I
get that figured
I
out out of
mean,
the
we could, like you don't have to carry one, we could just, it's the A word, adoption, there's a lot,
way.
the A word.
there's a lot of unwanted kids out there, well, hold up.
That's true.
The good A word, not the no, I like the good word. Uh, the other A word. It's two A words. The adoption A word I'm talking about. Huh?
Adopt, foster. Oh,
Oh, the other A word. One word
Abandon?
start, one starts with an AD, one starts with an AB. Let's
Oh,
there
okay.
we
Got
go.
there. We got
Abandon
there.
for
Yeah.
adoption or what?
Yeah, let's abort this questioning and just
Oh,
go for it,
okay.
Or
And yeah, but anyway,
I was thinking abandon, like, pop that baby out, leave it in the firehouse, like, bye.
house.
well, you just put that child in the system. But anyway, I forgot where we were going with this. So,
Me
oh, your comedy,
too.
your comedy, your comedy, your comedy. So this is recording this a little bit early on because we like, we're knocking out a few. So
Mhm.
mid-October, early November, December, what do you have coming up?
Um, let's see. I have a comedy show on October 24th that I actually chose the lineup specifically. It's Ladies of Late Night. It's going to be at Flappers. It's going to be all of my, not all of them are like my close friends, but they're all like good friends of mine, women in comedy who I think are really funny and awesome. So that'll be coming October 24th, 10 p.m. Flappers. Get your ticket. It's in my bio. Um, let's see what else. Oh, I actually, it's funny you ask. I turned Tangerine Vagina or some of the stories in Tangerine Vagina into a like an hour or like a one person show type thing, and I'll be performing it sometime in late January, early February, at the White
Ooh.
Fire Solo Fest. So that's cool.
Okay, I want to try to attend that. That sounds awesome.
It's gonna be really fun. I don't think I have an official date yet,
Hmm.
but I should have it soon. And once I do have it, it'll be in my link tree. I'm gonna be promoting it like crazy, so you won't be able to miss it.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and hopefully in 2025, I'll be touring around a lot more, going to different cities and doing comedy. So if you want me to come to your city, pay for my flight.
Exactly, right?
Is it?
Like, come on. If y'all
Yep.
want her to be at your comedy show, book her.
Book
That's
me, pay for my flight, tell
mm,
me I'm a good person. Just looking for
So,
affirmation.
I've never been to Flat. It's in Burbank, right? The one in Burbank, right?
An airport in Burbank, the
No,
Burbank
no,
airport.
no, 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 no,
the
no, no.
flappers.
Flappers.
Oh, Flappers. I was like, what are we talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
Flappers is in Burbank.
I've never been to that one. I go to a lot, but I've never known anybody that's done the Flappers. So I can try to come to that one
Yeah,
if
do it. It's
That's
gonna
right.
be the
oh hold
best.
on, what time on 24th?
The 10th. Or
At 10 p.m.
at 10 p.m. Sorry, my brain actually stopped working immediately just now. It'll be
Okay.
October 24th at 10 p.m.
I can see if I can make that. Come
Mm-hmm.
on, someone's like,
If you
ah
don't,
no.
if you don't, I will be personally offended. I'll take it very personally.
Exactly.
Well, I here's the deal. My brain doesn't work sometimes. Um, why? Because
More
like,
hours.
yeah, I'm getting old. I'm not a young duck anymore. I'm looking at daisies, you know.
Take a
I,
nap.
I don't want to nap. I don't want to nap doing your comedy. I want to
No,
be
take a
I want
nap
to
before the
I
show.
want
Get
I want to
that?
I want to be there and hear you talk about yeah. So, this dude got me into a tangent about poop. You know,
Ah,
and you not know I'm in the
I'll work
audience.
on it. I'll do it. I'll be
Yeah,
like,
not,
I went on to a podcast with someone who does sex work, and somehow we got into a conversation about our pooping habits.
Yep.
And then I was promoting my stuff. I don't know what happened,
I don't know how we got here.
but we
Hey,
got there, and
we
that's
got
what
there.
matters.
We got there. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
goodness gracious.
Oh my God. So,
No,
okay, yeah,
but
those question, is it gonna like is it gonna be like similar to like how like your show you do in February or January, February, March? Is it
yeah,
gonna be set up similar to how they do the vagina monologues, or is it gonna be something different as far as setup?
I am scared to admit this on the internet. I have never. seen the vagina monologues. I feel like I should
I mean, it's nothing to be
because
scared
I'm
about.
a literal theater major. I feel like people are gonna come after me for that. But no, no, it's basically it's kind of like an hour, like you know how someone does their comedy hour, like
Hmm.
their debut hour. It's basically set up like that. Like there's some heavier topics that are talked about. Obviously I make them funny, but they're still heavy. And it gets like slightly emotional. But I still am able to work in the jokes, make the situation funny. That's like my forte. I can really
How
make
many plays have
things
you been in
funny.
since you were a theater major?
How many plays have I been in?
That
Um,
many.
I don't think I could count. I've been acting since I was like 5.
Aw. So it was like for a time in my life, I used to try to do at least one a year. And there's like I did three one year. And we were talking about the little cutoff thingies. It reminded me of when I did the Color Girls. Like, oh sorry. Um
Color Purple?
no
What?
no no for Color Girls have considered suicide, but the rain when the rainbow was enough. How
Oh,
long?
yeah.
Like Tyler Perry redid it and he did a horrible job, and that's when I stopped watching Tyler Perry movies.
Oh,
But however, the
watch
play
out. He might be
version,
watching this podcast.
I don't care about Tyler Perry. Your movies
No.
suck, your plays were good back in the day, and now you're just a joke. Anyway, as I was saying,
But
um,
if you're offering any of us a job,
yeah, if you're offering him a
Right?
job, please give it to Nina or Sarah. Yeah,
Tangerine
but
does not want to hire me.
if you if you saw For Color Girls, it was a part where this dude named Big Bo Willie killed his kids. That
Mm,
was a play I was in, and I mean I played that person in that play, and that one has a lot of like different cuts, like a different stories, and it made me think of that. So I had to kill my children.
damn,
Definitely, definitely a deep topic then.
a deep
Well,
topic.
no, it's like it's basically the play is about women who discover themselves and some realize that they are not straight, you
Hmm.
know.
I'm not straight at all.
So
All right,
yeah,
and he's
but
really
they
straight.
but again, Tyler Perry took his liberties and took that part out.
Oh,
Anywho,
uh,
yeah.
that's the fun
Anywho,
That's
part.
the
The girl
part.
discovers her real sexuality, gets
Yeah.
to experiment a little, figure out what she likes, what she doesn't like, what makes her feel stronger as a woman. Like,
I mean, this is like
those
it's
are
like
the
this
things
this
I
this
like.
this like you said for The Color Purple, like in a certain play versions of it, it shows like Celie is her name,
Hmm.
being, kind of a lesbian, but they don't hit on that in the movie, of course. But this was the 80s when that
Yeah.
movie came out. But that's a completely different story. So yeah, it's just things like that, you notice. I pay attention.
Yeah. No, it's so funny. I was watching, I used to tell my friends that I knew I was bisexual as soon as I started watching Saved by the Bell reruns.
Okay.
Like,
But
Zach Morris comes out, I'm like, ooh, Zach Morris. And then Kelly Kapowski comes out, and I'm like, oh no, what is this feeling? And then I was watching, I think it was a Jimmy Fallon. I could be wrong, it could be Jimmy Kimmel, but I think it was Jimmy Fallon. It was the woman who plays Rosa on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that
yeah,
actress. She was telling her like when she realized that she was like not straight, and she was like, "Yeah, Saved by the Bell. That's what did it." And I was like, "Hey, she's
that was
my
mine.
coming out story. What the hell?" I was like, "No."
Stephanie Patrice.
Yes, Stephanie Patrice. I was like,
Okay.
Stephanie, we're gonna have problems when I blow up.
So when you just said that, it made me feel really old because you said Saved by the Bell reruns. And I'm old enough to remember when they were still coming up with new episodes.
That's fair. That's so fair. I'm so sorry that
Ouch. Yeah, you just yeah, it made me feel like grandpa from The Simpsons.
He aged
Yeah,
himself with this one.
You really did age yourself with that one. I couldn't really guess, but now that you said that,
Right?
yeah, Jesus.
I think it's about time to buy a life alert. I think that's
You know what? I probably need one at this point.
Wait, I've fallen. I can't get up.
exactly. I mean, listen, I have an account with AARP. So,
I
That's good.
always joke with her saying I need to get AARP.
yeah, you can get it at any age, by the way, and it
Oh
gives
God.
Hmm.
I'm
I heard about that recently, actually. Like, you don't actually have to be a certain age to get it. Like, you can just
y'all
get those benefits right
y'all
away.
children, both of y'all in your 20s.
Mhm.
I'm not double that age. I'm not double your age. So
Almost
not that
though.
old.
it's close.
No, because double your age is in the 50s, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm closer to 40 than I am closer to 50, you know.
You have a cane yet? Or
Well, I'm disabled, so that doesn't count.
I was like, yeah, he's got a cane.
uh-huh.
Well, I have both of those though.
Trying to
He
like
has
old people
two.
jokes, and I just became ableist. Like
I have two Ks.
two canes.
One,
Oh my God.
yeah, one I have to use to get around, and one that just carries me around, you know. But no, no, I injured myself a long time ago, so I occasionally have to use a walking stick.
Mm.
But
Oh,
no,
walk.
I'm ancient, so
Hmm.
I recognize my age. Go ahead, Sarah.
I call it his pimp cane because he's got one that looks really pretty,
Oh, it's got like a gem on the top, or
practically.
mm. Okay.
Mhm. It's
Vibe.
fancy. I'm like, yeah, pull out your pimp cane for this award show.
Yeah, but I'm the most docile person in the world, and I couldn't even think to raise my backhand at somebody. It'd be like, can you? I'll be the most pushover pimp in the world.
Mhm.
You do you have my money? You don't? Okay.
I understand everyone's
I get it. I get it. You do better. You do better tomorrow, and that'll be my
get
conversation.
back to me when you can.
Yeah.
You need to use Klarna. We'll figure it out.
Right? Exactly.
Write me an IOU.
Mhm. Don't worry, we'll put your debt on layaway.
On layaway. Oh, see on layaway payments.
Mhm. Right.
Oh shit.
Oh God. Oh
But
my
yes,
train of thought. My train of thought is gone. I'm sorry.
you're
Sorry for that.
welcome.
So, okay, yeah, my train of thought is gone, sir. I'm sorry.
We're just
So,
I had another question in my brain, but when you start talking about, pimp canes and,
canes.
me not being able to make sure my girls, knows I ain't calling my hoes, my girls can make their money. It would just be the best situation.
so I do have a question. Nina, what is it that you do on your off time? What are some of the hobbies that you like to do?
That's a really good question. I love to spiral into existential crises a lot of the times. It's just like my favorite activity. Otherwise, I enjoy cooking. Uh, I
Okay.
love like making new recipes, making things from scratch. Not so much baking. Baking and I are not friends.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
Yeah, the amount of like baking mishaps I've had are just alarming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've burnt quite a few things that like should be easy to cook, but
Hmm.
like for example, one time I was trying to make chocolate chip cookies and guess who forgot to put the chocolate chips in
Well,
Oh,
that's the best way to
and
cook
then
them.
burnt it.
Who likes chocolate? Ew. Anyway,
I
yeah,
love chocolate.
then
I love me some chocolate.
yeah, but
we all know.
you love the figgy dicky side of
Chocolate.
chocolate. I'm talking about
That too.
chocolate. I'm talking about chocolate from the cocoa bean.
I mean,
I don't like chocolate. So
listen, burning stuff is one thing. I've forgotten key ingredients to things. Like if you forget to put eggs in brownies, they turn out wrong. They turn out straight. I forgot to put the eggs in the brownies, and the eggs are what hold the ingredients together. So all of the oil separated to the top, and it was just brownie sludge under a layer of
Ugh.
oil. I was like, okay. And then also sometimes, like I confuse my baking powder and my baking soda, and then sometimes I confuse tablespoons and teaspoons. And I was trying to make, my mom has this amazing recipe for like homemade whoopie pies. They're like unreal, they're delicious. And so I was trying to make the little chocolate rounds of the whoopie
you
pies.
said the homemade whoopie pies?
Yeah, have you ever, you know what those are, right?
No, I don't. When I think of whoopie, I
What?
think of sex.
No, maybe this is an East Coast thing. It was a whoopie pie is like two like round cake-like things. It's like a basically a dessert hamburger, but in between it's like whipped vanilla cream. And some places make it more like frosting and some places make it more like whipped cream. My mom's recipe makes it more like whipped cream, and I contest that that is the better option. And so I was trying to make the chocolate rounds, but I got my baking soda and baking powder and teaspoons and tablespoons confused. And so they came out, you know how when you spill like gasoline, it has like an iridescence.
Yeah.
They came out looking like that. And I tried one and it tasted like I like the taste it was like it tasted like nothing. You couldn't even taste chocolate. It tasted like nothing and it stuck to the roof of your mouth. And it was probably, it had like a weird chemical aftertaste. I was like, this is going to turn me into a Ninja Turtle. Uh,
Hey Nina, I wouldn't
but
like
I,
it because it has chocolate in it. I just looked it up. It looks like a big fluffy Oreo.
yeah, it's delicious, except I did it all wrong.
Mm.
And this was when I lived in Connecticut. And so sometimes if I mess something up, I just kind of like throw it into, I lived in a forest. And so I'd throw it in the forest and the animals would eat it up. They loved it. I threw these into the forest. I watched animals go up and sniff it and be like, nah, and then
Oh
run
my
away.
God. That's
They,
how you know it was a disaster.
they stayed there and they
They won't
didn't
eat it.
mold.
Oh God. Oh
Terrifying.
my God.
Oh my God.
When you explained it, I was thinking kind of like a bigger version of like macarons, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of like that. But like they're a little bigger. They're like,
Right?
yeah,
Solid size.
I
But
know. I
on a side note, I had a question for you. It didn't put a song in my head, and now the song won't go away.
don't know
'Cause
what.
'cause I was about to ask, what is your favorite dish to make? And when I was thinking that question, a song by Tenacious D popped in my head.
Love Tenacious
What's your
D.
favorite dish? I'm
Your
not
favorite.
gonna make it. I'm like, and I order it from Zanzibar. Anyway, what's your favorite dish?
That's tough because I make a lot of different things. Probably, oof, my favorite dish. Okay, I'm gonna have to go savory and sweet. My favorite savory thing to make at the moment is probably honey sriracha salmon with like a mango salsa.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and like some coconut rice
I
thing.
like the idea of that.
And then for sweet, just I don't like to bake usually, but something that's easy for me to make is pumpkin pie, but from like a real pumpkin. So like you bake the pumpkin first and then you take out the insides of the pumpkin and you like mix everything together. It's also a little complicated because I have like a very rare allergy where I can't eat anything from a can. So if I want pumpkin pie, I have to do it like the real way, like baking the
Yeah,
pumpkin. But I make a mean fresh pumpkin pie.
that's my
I used to
favorite kind of
love to make
pie.
snickerdoodles from scratch. I don't
I
do it as much
love
anymore. Snickerdoodles
snickerdoodles.
are the best cookie in the world.
Yes, I have to agree. I have to agree. Okay, I'm glad we
Okay,
agreed on something.
I got her agree with something. We can end the podcast now.
No negotiating. Yes, on snickerdoodles. It's great.
Like we had to make it in in middle school, in foods class, whatever. And my friends still make fun of me to this day because of it. But it was my first time experimenting, and I used to make it like almost like every week, like a whole batch of
Wow.
snickerdoodles at home. They make fun of me out there if y'all didn't hear the previous times, because my voice was changing at the time, and we
Mm.
had to pick between peanut butter cookies and snickerdoodles to make. And instead of saying, my voice, let's make snickerdoodles, it came out, like let's make snickerdoodles.
Oh no.
And yeah, so.
Oh,
Good.
I feel like that's a cute age when the voices are changing. It's so wholesome. Like, oh, you're
Wholesome.
growing.
But yeah,
I love it. I love it.
and since she knows I did voice therapy to speak louder, I mean speak lighter, my voice is really, really low.
Mm.
Mhm.
So it was low then too. And so it went from me talking like my regular voice to me doing Urkel, and then me going back to it's like, yeah, let's make snickerdoodles. But instead it went, let's make snickerdoodles. You
Oh
know,
God. I
yeah.
love that. Oh my God. I love
And they
this.
still and that was over 15 years ago, and they still make fun of me
Mhm.
to this day.
To this day.
To
They
this
need
to this
more fun
day.
things to do.
No,
They
no,
need
because it's that's one thing I wouldn't get over either. I would still make fun of somebody. Like if it wasn't me, I would be a part of it. And I'm not ashamed.
I
that's
get it.
I get it. I get it.
But but in all, we do have to where can everybody find you, get your content, go watch your shows, get your book, spoil you on your not Zelle, but spoil you on your Venmo. How can everybody do what they want to do?
Like Venmo. Um,
You'll never know.
find
Somebody
me.
might see this video and was like, you know what? Nina's the Nina's the SHIT, and I want to just send her $100.
You're so
Mhm.
right. And
That's
I guess let's start with the Venmo. You're so right. The Venmo is at Nina Dicker. It's capital
mhm.
N, capital D. There's a hyphen in between Nina and Dicker. So send me money. I love you. Uh, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Nina Dicker, just NinaDicker. You can find me on my website, ninadicker.com. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, on the street.
On the street. That doesn't
Yeah,
sound like
like so many people do. Don't do that.
no, the way you just said it be like, we walking down the street.
Yeah,
Hey, look at that corner. There's Nina.
it's me.
Right? Mhm.
But yeah, and I post all my shows on my link tree, which is on my Instagram and my TikTok, I'm pretty sure. Um, but yeah, follow me all those places, and like my stuff and comment nice things or mean.
Yes.
Sometimes I have fun with the mean comments, but don't be too mean. I'm very sensitive.
Right? Me
I mean,
too.
people are mean for no reason.
They're mean for attention, honestly. Like I've noticed some where they'll say just some completely random ass mean comment to something that like that I post that's like nice. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, oh, you just want my attention. Block.
Yeah,
She didn't notice.
smart.
She didn't notice. She's
I
not
didn't
looking.
know
She did.
Nina's not looking at her phone. But well, I'm gonna do this. Sarah, I tell everybody where they can find you. Nina, look at your phone.
Okay, you guys can find me on iamsarahLace.com. All of my social medias and my links will be on there.
$2. Okay.
$2. I
Big
love
spender over here.
you.
No,
At the end of
Money
this
makes me
podcast,
holler.
he's gonna be like, "Hey, can you Venmo me those $2 back? This was just."
you can keep the $2. I sent her $2 off for Venmo. Now everybody, uh, quadruple that. You can find us at Third Ray. the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Facebook and on Twitter, burbankmisfits.com. That says everything we do, from everything like comedy, video, having Sarah spread like an eagle, and everything else. I am RAWSTARR on Twitter and on Instagram. Um, Nina, you're a joy, you're a pleasure, you are hilarious. Everybody go out and get her book, do what I did and send her money on her Venmo, show her love.
Yeah.
And we will see you all next week.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.